Good morning, Freedom Friends. This is Bee from Life Done Free. You know, I get a lot of requests for me to make lip grease. And in order for me to make lip grease, I have to get wax. In order for me to get wax, I have to extract my honey. So I am going to do that today. If you are interested in how I figure out if it's even ready to harvest, come check it out. Good afternoon, Freedom Friends. I'm Bee from Life Done Free. Today, I am going to do a chore that is super sweet. I get to spin my honey. I get to extract the honey from the frames, and I will show you the only way that I do it. And as you can tell, I have the power off, but I have the windows open. So we have had 7 days of pure clouds, and I am managing our electricity use. So the sun is kind of bright if I step in front of it, but I'm going to try to stay a little bit in the shade. So I'm going to walk you through here. Here are the frames that I'm getting ready to extract. I have 2 boxes here. And as you can tell, most of them are completely capped. Here is one of the supers. Look, the sun coming through it. Isn't it beautiful? As you can tell, they are capped. So there's a couple of open cells there that they did not utilize, but for the most part, this entire box looks just like this. Here is the other side, totally capped. You can see this white wax over top of each one of the cells, which makes that like done and ready for them to use. Now in this box, a lot of the frames are, again, capped, except for right there where I just pulled the wax off by accident, touching another frame. But let me stick this over here, just for holding purposes. Now on this particular frame, you can see that there is quite a bit of capped nectar or capped honey, but then there's this little bit right here that is not capped, and you can see the nectar in there just waiting for me. So I'm going to show you. This is my refractometer. This is how we tell if the honey is ready for extraction. You take a spoon, you get a little bit of the honey out, or nectar, depending upon what the content is. You put it on this diagram, or this little window right here. You close the lid, and then you can look through the eyelet here into the sun, and it will show you. Let me see if I can do this. That would be way cool if you guys could see this. Okay, so you see there's numbers there. So I don't have any honey on here yet, but I will do that and get back to you. I cannot find the stand for the tripod for my camera, so I'm gonna have to try to do this like just sitting on the table here. So sorry folks. Here's my uncapping tool, but let me see if I can, without ruining a bunch of comb here, if I can get some honey off of here, and I am gonna just press into here a little bit. Okay, so got me some liquid on there. If I can get that to, let me just put this back in just to hold it so it doesn't fall. I'm gonna pull this little bit of wax off of here. I usually put that so the wax goes into these, I'm spilling. The wax goes into these bus tubs, and I will use that wax after I'm done for my lip balm or lip grease. Okay, so now we take the honey here. Let me grab my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. So we take this little bit of honey and we put it on our window. Oops. And typically I would grab more. Let me grab more. Oh, it's ready. You can tell by how thick and sticky it is. And typically, there's a little bit of wax. Typically, you do not want any wax on there. Let me redo it. There you go. There you go. Got the wax off. Because you don't need very much. You just need a tiny little bit on there. And then you are going to close it. Do not press down. And on here, I'm going to take it over to the sun. And actually, I'm going to look through it first and see what it is. 30, 40, 50, 16. So it looks like 16. 16% water count. Or the bricks is 82. Okay. Now that the sun is down, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you this. So where is the... I don't know. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Trying to show you through the lens here on the refractometer, which is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. So where the blue there is what we are looking for. And we are at 15% water, which is just fine for extraction. Okay, so I had to double check and make sure that I was doing that correctly because I do not want the water content to be too high in my honey or it is not going to turn out. So if your water content is too high in your honey, then fermentation will take place and it will not be honey anymore. It will not be usable. So I am confident that this is at 16%. You typically want your water content to be between 16 and 18%. If it has more moisture in it than 18%, you're going to want to try to dehydrate it a little bit, which if that was the case, I would take these frames and I would put them back in the boxes and then I would put the boxes onto a stand of some kind to allow airflow to flow through them. Sometimes you can put like a box fan, like tilt it, put a box fan under it, or like what I could do is put them in the kitchen, which is where our wood burning stove is constantly on in the wintertime. In the fall and spring and winter, depending upon the temperatures outside. But that would help to pull some of the moisture out of the frames, so out of the frames so that you can get the moisture content down. So I'm going to start my extraction process because we are ready for that. This is the tool that I am going to use. These prongs here are very sharp. This is what you use to pull the cappings off. I could use an uncapping knife, which I'll show you real quick what that looks like. This is I keep all of my stuff in the boxes and in totes because I want to ensure that they are kept good. So this is my uncapping knife, but because it is electric, I am not using that because I am managing my power after, like I said, 7 days of, would be nice if I could have the stand for that. Okay, so this is an uncapping knife here. This thing plugs in. It gets very hot, and you use this to scrape off those cappings so that you can extract that honey. You need to get those cappings off or the honey will not come out of those cells. So because I am not using electricity in excess right now, I have this tool, and then Tag got me this tool, and this is just pokes holes in those cappings. You just run it over the frames and it pokes the holes into those spots and opens them up. So I'm going to get started.